feels good in that thing.
Shut up.
Should I keep the glasses on? No, the glasses give me a glare. I don't like that sometimes.
We live already, bro, so we don't know.
Hey, y'all. I put my jersey on today. I got this about a year ago. I put my jersey on today, and now my arm's almost ripping out that thing, boy. Get knocky out here.
Look like you got some shoulder pads on under there, Pim. All right, brother. Sit down, Pim. Sit down. What's up, y'all? We are back with another episode of Big Bet Sports. Today, we will be talking LSU football. They just had a little scrimmage day before yesterday. I don't know if you watched that link I sent you, but I watched Brian Kelly's interview after the scrimmage, and then I also watched that. I forget his name, but that one guy who we always watch LSU football. He's always like the first.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
Mm-hmm. So I watched his video as well because he was there. It was an open scrimmage, so he was there. He was able to give some perspective firsthand. Mm-hmm. But today, y'all, we will be joined by somebody that I ain't talked to in a long time. I'm very interested to talk to the homie. So without further ado, we gonna add my boy Shawn Thomas.
Yes,
he used to call him Bright Ball back in high school. What's good with you, Brody?
Gonna give my boy a round of applause.
Hey,
yes, sir.
Round of applause, bro. How you been?
Blessed, highly favored. You know.
I heard that.
Just trying to make it happen. Yeah.
What you up to these days, bro?
I'm a digital marketer, so I work for myself at home, do content creation, all those things. Obviously, still love deeply with football.
Heard that.
I do still play arena football. So
that's
cool. But aside from that, man, got 3 kids. Me and the dad.
You got 3 kids?
3.
Boys, girls?
All boys.
All boys.
Yeah.
Hey, that's how we was. 3 boys. 3 boys. How old, bro?
6, 4, and about to be 9 months.
Ooh.
So, yeah.
Ooh. Okay. Damn, congratulations, bro.
Appreciate you. So that's it, bro. You know what that comes with, a bunch of hands full. But
I don't even know how you made the time right now. But I greatly appreciate you. I think you've seen it. I posted that video on TikTok.
Yep.
Yeah, bros. I do have it today. Hey, bros. MJ, hold on. Y'all watch this.
I say right foot creep, walking with that heater. Look around, stay low, make sure they don't see you. Catch some bad, walk down, face them with that heater. The devil under your feet, you're on your way to see him. Stretch me when I.
Okay, now let's create some context. Bro, that was that to go to state or was that to play Jesuit?
That was to play Jesuit, I think.
That was I thought so. I just remember it was like 1 or 2 games before state.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, when I tell you they in a tight game, was that Bird?
That was Wichita.
Hey, tight game, bros. Them boys from Wichita take the lead late in the game, and when I say late in the game, peep, I'm talking like seconds left in the 4th quarter type shit. And we had a type offense where really all we did was hand the ball to Alex Johnson. And it was like, damn, now we need a touchdown in some seconds, and we do not throw the ball like that. And, bros, they said hike, and we seen Jalen pitch the ball back to Alex, and niggas was like, oh, my God.
Not the toss.
Not for 80 yards. Are we serious? Bro. When we seen Alex let that ball go, hey, Shawn, I don't know who was recording those videos for you, but I don't understand how they kept a steady hand while you ran in for that touchdown. Because, bro, the whole stadium was going crazy. Like, those boys that had the best season Carecrow football has seen since Kevin Falk days. And I'm talking about tasting the state championship. And it was like, damn, we about to lose at home. And these boys ran a halfback pass play.
And to really put some context from the sideline, some people was head down, you know what I'm saying? People was like, damn, it's over.
Oh, yeah.
And then me and Alex kind of stayed level, like, hey, bro, it's up to us for real. And coach was like, hey, we're gonna do a halfback toss. and we're gonna throw that thing. I'm like, hey, this us. Like this us. Hey, throw it back to the Jamboree. No, what is this? Spring game. He threw it. It was underthrown. I got hurt my back. I'm like, oh shit. There you go. But we've been working it the whole year, so we put that in there. We was like, yeah, this is our turn, and that was it. Hey, I ain't going down. There's no way I'm going down right now.
Executed perfectly, bro. Like, and even there was at a point of view in the video, bros. There was like where some I don't know if he was corner safety, really couldn't tell. DB, he had an opportunity to make a tackle. They hit him with a couple of stiff arms, bros, and a little shimmy, get off me.
Right there.
Hey, oh my God. And the best feeling ever was to look across the stadium at they sidelines. Oh, they was sick. They was sick. Because, I mean, when they had just scored their touchdown, they was on top of the world. They was feeling themselves. Yeah, we just came to y'all building and handed y'all an L. We about to go play Deion Jones them. No, you're not. No, you're not. Bros, I enjoyed watching y'all play that season. I watched your entire clip you had on YouTube, and I was like, damn, I really didn't even remember y'all passing the ball that much. I was like, damn. Yeah, you was abusing that one-on-one coverage they was disrespecting you with. They had to, but you was abusing it. So, y'all, we gonna talk some LSU football real quick. Shawn, how tapped in you been? You be tapped in with
I'm not gonna lie, man. I feel like I'm a recruiter myself, truthfully. I feel like
might as well be.
I can work for LSU at this point. Like, so I'm excited, man. I've been, and I can't say that I've been ever tapped in this much, but I've just been real passionate about high school sports and LSU. And I've just been tapped in ever since. I'm talking about I'm making graphics for the team when they get. I mean, I'm doing it all. Like,
would you ever coach, bro? Would you ever coach?
Of course, I love it.
Yeah,
of course.
Okay.
I just gotta get my degrees. I ain't got all
right.
That.
Right. Is that something you
yeah, that's something I got on my board actually right here. Coaching. So I mean, that's one of my plans. Okay. I gotta get my money right before I go to coaching. I want to be set free before I can go do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I heard that, bro. So. No, I think you'll do a great job at that. You definitely no one Shawn thing I'll say, obviously it has been over 10 years since high school, but you matured so much. That shit is crazy. Like, you are like a totally different person. Even I can just tell it in talking to you right now type shit.
Right.
And so, like, I would love to see you coach. And I see you got your head on straight, bros, and I already know you got knowledge of the game. So, bros, LSU had a little spring game the other day. Me and MJ, Shawn, I don't even like. This is my brother MJ. This is my baby brother right here. He been out here in Vegas.
Brother. Oh, he disappeared.
Bro, I was about to say, what the boy? Hey, what MJ? Where you at?
That boy disappeared.
Hey, nah, hold on, y'all. Was that just mostly ghostly or like what is happening?
This is a first. Look, he come on like nothing happened. He can disappear out the screen.
Bro, hey, my Wi-Fi. You're gonna have to watch that back because you literally like just disappeared.
On cue.
Bro, it's my.
Oh yeah, he wilding out today.
Yeah, he got.
We gonna damn near X him out. But anywho, yeah, bro, he wilding. And I guess we're gonna start with the most important position of all. The position that at LSU we seem to have only gotten right one time. Well, at least in the last 15, 20 years. And so, bros, they were saying Noose didn't really play in the scrimmage because he had an ankle injury, a little light ankle injury, but he didn't really play. So they said Jaden Daniels got like all the reps with the ones. And then they asked Brian Kelly if that meant anything. Hold on, I do have
question. Should we take anything from the fact that Daniels took most of the first team reps today, that maybe there is any separation going on or not yet?
Not yet. No, I think that you have a very competitive situation still going on. As we mentioned, Nuss would have been in there taking, first team reps as well. Miles continues to, Miles is as effective and as smart as any quarterback. And Walker Howard, I mean, he continues to, for a freshman, amaze me in terms of what his knowledge base is and the strength of his arm. So, no, we're not ready to kind of change our thought process relative to who's getting what reps at this point.
So the first thing I will ask, and Shawn, I'll direct it at you first. What do you take from that video, bro?
I mean, obviously, Coach Kelly's he's not gonna spill no beans this early in the process. That's a for sure. Even if he has an idea of who he wants at number one, which I think, truthfully, Coach Denbrock is the one that's really the one that's going to choose, because he understands the process of what he's come from with Desmond Ridder and bringing in Five from Arizona State. I mean, at that point, I think it's a toss up between Nuss and him. I mean. And his name is escaping my mind right now. Yeah, Jaden. So I think those two are a toss up right now. I mean, a lot of people are fans of 15.
Miles Brennan.
Miles Brennan, right? So a lot of people are fans of him because he's been there. He's going through the process, and a lot of people can't play. But at this point, I just truly don't believe that he's the one. And I think if you look at Jaden's stature, he kind of looks a lot like Desmond Ridder with Coach Denbrock had, that brought him into the playoffs. So I think at that point, it's really a tight race between them two. If Jaden can show that he can make those completions when they matter, I think he can get the nod. Truthfully,
MJ, what about you? What did you take from that video? Are you frozen? Damn, he frozen. It's basically me and you today, Shawn. Yeah, I don't know what the homie got going on today. At this point, he need to get off his Wi-Fi, make your phone a hotspot, and use your phone's internet. But anywho, bro, I absolutely agree with you. Especially on the part that if Jaden Daniels could just make the necessary throws, the timely throws, the accurate throws, I think he'll win out the job due to he's far more athletic than the other three.
Facts.
And obviously in today's football, as much as they try to talk about the Lamar Jacksons of the world in negative sites at times, and Kyler Murray's, it's like, bros, with DNs who run in 4.4s and 4.5s and linebackers that's running 4.3s, you need a quarterback that can get out the pocket and make plays with his feet. And so I think if Daniels can lock in on the accuracy, he would probably be the guy.
And to piggyback on that, a lot of people, they always looking at Jaden's the big drop off from his freshman year to his sophomore year at Arizona State. And a lot of people don't understand that the man was a dog. You know what I'm saying? He broke a lot of records in California. And he went to Arizona State, started right away, and made some plays with just really had one receiver in Brandon Ayuk. You know what I'm saying? Like playing in the Pac-12, which I understand it's a drop off in competition. But at the same time, you playing at LSU with LSU receivers, with LSU drinking water. We got different stuff in water over here in Louisiana. So at that point, I'm thinking you got playmakers to make you look better when you might not be able to make those super accurate throws. That's gonna make do. But then, like I said, Mike Denbrock is gonna run an RPO offense. We already know that's coming. You're not gonna put a Miles Brennan.
Is that the offensive coordinator?
That's what I've been. Yeah, Mike Denbrock is off the OC.
So
he's gonna be working. Gotcha. There's gonna be some RPOs. You're not gonna have. You're not gonna be able to have Miles Brennan run that. So it's gotta be out of those two. If you think it has to. So Nuss has some. He has some ability. And I do like Nuss as a quarterback. He has swag and he can actually make the throws too. But I think athletically, Jaden gets that nod.
Yeah, absolutely. And then with Walker Howard, I just think obviously him being a freshman, there's no need to rush, unless he's like visibly head and shoulders above everybody in camp. And I don't think that's been the case. Obviously, coach has said some positive things about him. Those reporters said positive things about him, but I don't think it's nothing to where it's going to be like, nah, we finna throw him in to the Wolves as a freshman. So
great player, but he'll be.
Did you ever get a chance to see him play live?
Oh yeah, live.
Yeah, you seen
him and Jack. I watched them real tight. When I used to go over the Junos. If you remember, Jake and John, they went to STM, and Jack was just a little baby. He was just a little baby, and he used to watch us play catch and all that. And it's crazy to see him grow up and be a dog. Like that's another name that you have a receiver that can be a hybrid.
Hey, cause the boy a dog. He's a dog. He fast. He got hands. He route run. I like the Jack Beck fella a lot, and even it was good to see the kind of impact he could have as a freshman. Like to be able to come in immediately, and you could see obviously our offense was a little in shambles last year, to say the least. But you could see like, damn, if we could get some consistency as a unit, he could definitely play a large part, especially on the side of a Kayshon Boutte at wide receiver, to really give you two dynamic playmakers in the pass catching game that, as we see now in football, is very, very vital. You don't have playmakers in the pass catching game, bros. It's probably short for you.
Yeah, that's it.
That's probably it.
And then you throw in Malik Neighbors. I mean, my God, hey, look, a lot of people sleeping, I think, at this point. I mean, for one, Coach Kelly is doing his ditty out here. You know what I'm saying? He's
right.
Like,
nah, bro.
Come on now. And he is the most winningest coach in college football. So if you throw them two in the mix and then you get Louisiana bred people, come on, man. It's going to happen faster than people think.
Exactly. So now I'm glad you said that. We're just going to transition the conversation in that way. How do you feel about LSU not being in the preseason top 25?
Yeah. That was kind of laughable. Like I made a tweet about that. I was like, that's kind of funny that you guys don't put LSU, but you have Texas, you have OU, you have all these people in Texas had a losing season, which I understand the hype, but how LSU don't have hype?
Come on,
which you got Brian Kelly, you got Coach Denbrock, who just came off a playoff. You got Coach Kelly, which is the winningest coach. You have the receivers coach, forget his name, but he's coming from Georgia off a national championship. I mean, where's the confusion at? You know what I'm saying? And we're knocking on the top 5 recruiting spot in on almost all services right now. Right. So I don't see I don't know. Like I say, sleep. They about to wake up.
Nah, and really, and I think I always find it, in my opinion, maybe I'm just a biased fan. I always find it that like LSU be kind of getting hated on the cool. Like they be trying to hype up everybody else, but then when it come to LSU, like even bros in 2019 when LSU was busting everybody ass, and they still we getting in the college football playoff, and we getting ready to play Oklahoma, and I'm listening to people like, oh yeah, LSU's gonna have to if they're gonna get past Oklahoma. What the fuck?
Oklahoma.
Pete, what?
That's what we shifted to as a mantra, and I guess in the head space of thinking the OUs and the Texases of the world can really, for better or worse, fuck with LSU.
Right.
It's not happening. You got to understand LSU has always been high. No matter if, I understand K-State came in and beat LSU, but we already know why that happened. If LSU were to play K-State again, first game, last game, that would not even come close. You know what I'm saying? But I just think a lot of people just are confused because you've seen a lot of people before we entered the top 10 of the recruiting. A lot of people are like, oh my God, he can't recruit. Oh my God, it's a tragedy. Like we're not getting all the people from Louisiana. They're leaving to go to Texas and this and that and this and that. But now I think people on notice, and you see them people that committed to the Texas A&Ms, the Texas. Then now they're starting to shift and be like, okay, I see. Now we got something going on, and now we're hearing Coach Kelly is actually that guy.
Right.
Now that like don't believe the hype.
Putting the pieces together, bro. It's one of those things where we LeBron has said it best when he was on an interview a couple years ago with Richard Jefferson. And he was like, everybody nowadays want instant grits. It's like they expected as soon as Coach Kelly got to LSU to immediately start recruiting 5-star. It's like, can he land first? Can he move in his house real quick? Can he figure out what I-10 at? Can he figure out which is west, which is east? Can he give him some time to get started, to get flowing before he still got to put a staff together. You know what I mean? After putting the staff together, now you got to kind of get familiar with the terrain, the recruiting areas, because now you're in a totally different hemisphere of the country. Right. It's just like, and now, like you said, once we've given him some time, and we starting to see the ball get rolling. Now everybody kind of starting to hold on. Yeah. Now that the little fake ass country twang he tried to pull off, Coach, that was highly unnecessary. People, you can leave that one where that was at, brother. Yeah, all we care about around here is you win football games, people. Do not care what you talk like. Do not care what you talk like.
Be yourself, Coach. Be yourself.
That's it. But actually, that's what we need. Yeah, be yourself. Because like you just said, Shawn, too, you being yourself, bros. Brian Kelly does not lose. And that's with the talent that's at Cincinnati and Notre Dame. If we start going through all the list of superstar players in the NFL from LSU, there's no school that does it like LSU.
Come on, man.
Like literally not one. Like they'd be like, "Oh, wide receiver." No, but we're wide receiver. We're DBU.
Yeah.
Like we big Whitworth.
All that.
We Joe Burrow. Like we are Devin White. Like bro, LSU is all over the field. So now, and I've been asking people. One of the questions, Shawn, I've been asking people, who's the best wide receiver Brian Kelly ever coached at Notre Dame?
That's a good question.
Is it Chase Claypool?
Might be Chase Claypool, but
yep.
But I mean, and I no disrespect to Chase Claypool, but
right,
he's not.
No, people.
He probably wouldn't even start at LSU. I'm sorry, I'm just saying
that. No, for sure, not in that year when he came out. No, you would not have. No.
So
and even I mean, I'm a Steelers fan. It's like, bro, it's Chase Claypool. You the same age demographic as Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson. And Jamar Chase and Justin Jefferson are talked about as two of the top 4-5 receivers in the NFL already, and they ain't even been in the NFL a combined 3 years yet. So it's like, when you look at it, I really do think Brian Kelly could do a hell of a lot. But another area that, and I have a clip on this one too, because it was an area that I had a lot of concern in for the team outside of the quarterback position, and it was the DB position. Bros, everybody that ended up leaving, Stingley getting drafted, Elias Ricks going, and everybody else that transferred, it was like, people,
we in trouble.
Brother, this is what he said about the DB room, and it gave me a lot of confidence.
Give me your thoughts on your secondary. How comfortable are you with the depth and their progress?
Really pleased. I think it was one where I think we all didn't know what to expect, but, whether it be younger players, older players, all of them have really shown in camp. I'll start with
and then basically from there, he just ran down a list of all the DBs from the transfers, Seven Banks, just talking about a lot of different guys. Is there anything that you know about any of these DBs? I'm really not too familiar with a lot of them since they're, transfers and guys that we haven't had on the roster for a minute.
Well, I'm going to start close to home. I mean, we got Kaidd Gardner that comes from UL. Big guy, 6'1", 6'2". About 205, 215, around that range. And I mean, yes, big guy. So, and then I was watching the tape and I saw not only the depth, but I saw the way our defense looked as a whole was a unit. Now, our defensive line is going to be the best in the country, period.
Right.
So then you back that up with linebackers that kind of been seasoned, that understand the game, that play with LSU, and then you got your DBs, which is in question. And we say Kaidd Gardner came from UL, was a baller at UL. Of course, we say, it's a Sun Belt, but you still know, well, at least I know when I see a DB that's really has it, that can play at any level. Kaidd Gardner is one of them. Then we obviously take in the transfers from Arkansas. We have Greg Brooks.
Okay.
And then we got what's the other one?
This
Greg
one,
Brooks and
Jacques Bernard Converse or something like that.
And Joe Fouché from Arkansas. Them two. Okay. They've been ballers. They've been playing together. They have that chemistry from Arkansas where they were. I mean, Joe was a captain. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna come in with some leadership,
right?
So that he can play. And I saw him sticking the tight ends in some clips, and the man could play. And he's only like 5'11". You know what I'm saying? 5'11", 6 foot. And the other guy is just as athletic. He can make picks. He can do stuff in the nickel. But then you have who you said
Jacques Bernard Converse.
Derek Bernard Converse, which has a plethora of experience coming from Oklahoma State. He's played. He was all Big 12 type. So it's like we have people. That's another thing that people don't understand is that when you look at it, yes, our DBs deteriorated. Of course, our DB coach went to another school, but that doesn't mean anything. It's still LSU. Right. We still brought in some great coaches that and Coach Cooks, and the new guy that has some NFL experience. And they're bringing in some stuff where they're putting it together, and I see that they're gelling. For one, the culture is a lot different, and you can see that everybody's gelling together. And then Kaidd, not Kaidd, but Jarek, to piggyback on him. I mean, he has the size, he has the techniques. He might lack a little bit in speed, but at the end of the day, it's the SEC. It's not the Pac-12. We got 4-3, which everybody's fast, of course. But I'm saying he can hold his own as far as his technique.
Right.
But overall, I think, hey, look, and we got some freshmen that came in that I heard are doing pretty good. I think the DBs is not going to be that much of a drop off like people think.
Okay. I like to hear that. I knew we had transfers and I'd heard about them, but I didn't really know their stature. You know, to say captains and all Big 12 and stuff like that. That means you're getting quality transfers and experienced players. You know what I mean? Not guys that you got to teach how to play the college game. So I like to hear that for sure. And then another thing, bro. Obviously, both of us being right there from Lafayette. I was very, very interested when he spoke on the DBs, and like I told you after that little clip, he ran through a list of names. I didn't hear him say Sage Ryan's name, and then he brought Sage up as a punt returner / kick returner, and it seems like that's where he's going to be playing at right now. It seems like he's going to be one of the two guys to get the start nod in those areas. Do you know why he's not getting any DB player? Is that?
From my opinion, and this is something that I've been kind of watching a little bit since he is in our area in high school, and he was highly touted. We talked about him a lot coming out of high school out of LCA. To me personally, he was always a better offensive player than defensive player. Okay, he made plays on offense. He made plays on defense as well. But I feel like when he got recruited to LSU, I didn't see the confidence in the first year when he got some reps and I was watching practices. So I didn't really see the confidence in him that I would see when he played offense. So I think at this point it's just maybe he's kind of fighting himself with kind of trusting in his ability to play in the SEC as a DB. Now put him on the other side of the ball, he could probably make plays and it'd be a different story. He's probably he's in the running. That's why I think punt return he can actually show that he can move, he can do things.
Right.
I think right now it's just that the experience may be something that's kind of he's looking at like, okay, well, I just need to get better. And he didn't have he had some nagging injuries as well. So that's probably something he's also getting, get back right. But I think that might be it, and maybe a little lack of confidence.
Okay. That does make sense too. Obviously by that time I was already gone, so I never got to see him play. But I used to hear tons about him. And then I just seen, guy from Lafayette was getting recruited and then got recruited and committed to LSU. So I was like, okay, obviously heard a lot about it. And then it was like, I just stopped hearing his name on the talks, a 5-star safety that, okay, now sophomore year, we not really getting no burn. It's like, okay, well, why is that? But that makes sense though. If he's a good offensive player, two-way guy, but better offensive, to put him in punt return, put him in kick return, allow him to get comfortable there, moving, flowing with the football, and then maybe you put him to wide receiver, running back, or everything.
All those things.
Let him play. Yeah, I feel it. That makes sense. And then so I won't hold you too much longer, bro. Let me ask you,
all day.
Hey, I could too, but I do got some things I also need to go get done. I'll be trying to stay on a tight schedule, and the day get by you so fast these days. Oh my goodness! But this won't be the last time we do this. I can guarantee that. But what would your expectations for LSU be this season? If somebody is being realistic, because I can turn into a fan, and I'll tell motherfucker we winning the national championship this year, because that's just how I'm feeling.
Right.
But what's realistic expectations for LSU this year?
Personally, I think, and this is obviously opinion based, but from my research and my kind of looking on the outside in, you put people together, like Coach Kelly and all the all the staff are doing with the people they have now. It's easy to me to see an 8, 9, 10 win season right out the gate, because at the end of the day, as you see in the interviews with Coach Kelly and other coaches, you see him saying they're doing a lot better, kind of to sum it up, saying they're doing a lot better than I thought they would at this point. Basically is what they're saying. But to me, that just means that, okay, he might have thought they were further along because of how much they had to bring together from all areas, with young, old, experience, no experience. And he's starting to see that, okay, we actually are pretty good for my first year being here. And I think you put that together with the winningest coach and coaches up from all kind of demographics that have won national championships, that have, gotten the playoffs and all those things. You put it together. Of course, I don't see why it wouldn't be an 8, 9, 10 win season. That's why it's fun to see coach not in the polls. But I think, and then you put together the receiver position that we have, which is very elite, which to me is one of the best in the country. Of course, you have, Butte, which can be the Biletnikoff winner after the season.
Right.
You got Malik Neighbors, which a lot of people are starting to see. He's really the real deal. He's really the real deal. You got Jack
Okay.
Best, and you got Brian Thomas, which is a 4-star. You got a lot of players that are beasts, and the quarterbacks get on the same page, bro.
They said Brian Thomas made a big play yesterday in 7-on-7.
Yes,
He made a
hit
big play.
He hit it. He ran it technical, and he was out. Would have made anybody stop and pause right there. So, to me, look, I wouldn't be surprised to see 11-win season, to see them even get close to the playoffs and be like, oh wow, I didn't know. That's what I'm looking at: 8, 9, 10, even 11 games this year. Easy.
Okay. Yeah, I'm about right there with you, because I'm for sure far away from 6-6. Like I do not. No. No. Actually, Brian, you do 6-6, I'll actually be very hurt. I'll be very disappointed, bro. It's like, I do believe 8, 9 wins is probably about realistic expectations. And then, like you said, if you get to 10, 11, scratch the door to college football playoff, what have you, then, under promise, over deliver. And I'll take the over delivery if they can give it to us in that fashion.
And I'm going to put this on record. 3 years tops is a national championship.
Okay. I'm glad you said that, because that was lit. I don't know if you read my mind. That was my next question. How long does it take Brian to get us one?
That's 3
years.
You put the guy that he got, this class that he's putting together with Ricky Collins, Sampson, Kylan, that's probably going to commit this weekend, and a couple other guys that he have. Our O-line, a lot of people are also sleeping on. Our O-line are actually good. Will Campbell, which is a freshman, which is a dog.
Yeah, locked in left tackle.
Yep, out of Neville, like he's a dog. And you got other guys that I guess people forgot about. Will Bordelon, like he was a 5-star, right? And we got some other people that we've brought in from the transfer portal. Right. I think, man, we're better than people think. That's for sure.
Right. For sure, better than being an unranked team in the top 25. And some of these other teams I'm looking at in the top 10, I'm just like, all right,
25 teams gonna be better than LSU.
Come on, bro. It's like, are we being for real, or are we just
like? That's the coach's poll. So why is coach not in there?
Bro, because but again, they be haters. I remember, bro, in 2019, used to try to tell people, bro. I remember, dog, watching Joe Burrow play his first year at LSU. And I could just tell. Because you see, the one thing that I obviously never played with y'all at the Crow, you feel me? Y'all was too big out there for me to be clowning around with y'all, bro. But I did in that time, bro, obviously, like really through marching band, being at all those football games, high school, and then in college at UL, I really began to understand the game here. Right. And like, I know I have no playing experience, but I do get the X's and O's. Maybe not like you who played, but I can grasp it. And when I saw Joe Burrow, that's exactly what I saw from him immediately. In his first year at LSU, even though it wasn't the offense it was its second year, you could tell, oh, this young man understands what to do with the football. His decision-making is damn near pinpoint. And I knew with the type of talent we had at LSU, it's like, bro, it's that first year he was there. It was like, we was this.
Right there.
We was literally this close. And that second year, honestly, I didn't know much about Justin Jefferson and Jamar Chase going into that 2019 season. And my brother, who I don't know where his Wi-Fi went, y'all. He left us a long time ago, poor boy. He was telling me about them. And he was telling me, he was like, bro, they was doing this thing where they did like 10,000 catches over the summer, and they was like catching tennis balls. And he's like, bros, I'm telling you, they them boys, they them. And I was like, all right, well, I guess we gonna see. And bros, after that first game or two, when I seen LSU put up a 60 burger, say, yeah, y'all are in for a rude awakening. And nobody really gave us the respect we deserved all season, Shawn. That year, my brother, let me be the one to tell you, I was cleaning the books up betting on LSU. Not only did LSU win every game that year, they covered in all but one game that year, and it was the game against Auburn. And it was at the last minute when they didn't cover. LSU covered the spread in every single game that year other than the Auburn game. And so I think I would love to see Brian Kelly have one of those lightning in a bottle years, if you will, kind of like Coach O had. But I know if Brian Kelly hits one of those years, he'll follow it with sustainability.
Correct.
And that's what Coach O couldn't do. That's what it hurt to see.
That's the difference.
Obviously, with his staff leaving like it did, Dave got a job, and then you had can't think of the offensive coordinator's name right now, but
Brady.
He got a job, and so obviously that's tough when you lose your two wingmen, but I would have liked to see Coach O sustain that a little bit, especially him being a Louisiana bred guy. But anywho, bros, the last question I'm gonna ask you, put you on the spot here.
Yes, sir.
Who's your favorite football player ever to play football at LSU?
LSU.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna go with Odell.
Odell, really?
That's my guy.
Odell. Y'all was damn.
Right.
What? Did Odell graduated, what, 2 years before you?
Yeah.
Was he 2010, class 2010 in high school?
Yeah, I think so.
He was.
I believe so.
He was.
I believe so. There's
Yeah.
a lot of things. Yep. There's a lot of, when I started to get into college, JUCO, and I started to kind of model my game after him.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I was starting to get some praise. Like, oh, you play like him, all this and that. But yeah, I mean, it'll be him and it'll be Jarvis to be a tight second.
Him and Jarvis.
Yeah. So that would be those two.
I feel it. I could respect that. What you think? I know I said that was the last question, but I'm gonna ask you one more. Where do you think Odell should go? Where do you coming off his ACL injury? What do you think? Have you paid attention?
You're looking at it from a standpoint of obviously he has a family now. So another thing that people don't look at is like he has a family and he's getting closer to me to maybe being done. Maybe another 3 years, 4 years tops. He'll be good with what he has, but I think he still has some legacy left to leave. Still hasn't, since the Giants, he still really hasn't shown that plethora of where he was at that point. And it's not because of him. I'm just saying it's because of his circumstances.
Right.
I think with the Rams, he was kind of starting to show like, oh yeah, I'm still him. Like,
Right. Was on pace for MVP.
If he goes in, I would love to see him at the Saints. You know what I'm saying? Of course, go there and play with all this power. Now, the best thing ever in the world. We would all love
right.
We can die now. Type it. No, but it's like,
and that picture. Not to cut you off real quick. You seen that picture they had with Jarvis and Tyron with the in the Saints uniform? Yeah, I told the homies in the group chat. I was like, yeah, I don't fool with the Saints like that, but that shit is hard. That shit is hard.
And it's just like, but I think for him, I think he should either stay at the Rams, or maybe the hype is go to the Bills.
Yep.
And I think that would actually be a great situation because obviously you have a quarterback that can make all the plays.
Right.
And then you have Diggs, and you have some other guys that are good utility players that can get him open. And then some people are still sleeping on him for some reason, so they're not gonna play him like they would if he was at the Giants. And then he'll just wake everybody up and then show like, okay, let me ball out next 2-3 years and then go hang out with my son and then teach him how to be the next LSU. That's what's gonna happen.
Right.
So
I like that.
That's it.
Legacy thing, Odell. Legacy thing.
Big on legacy.
Shawn, bros, it was phenomenal to see you, my brother. It has been
mutual
far too long, bro. I don't think I have seen you since high school, or you know what I mean, or spoke to you. I followed what you had going for a minute, bro. I didn't know you were still playing, but I followed what you had going for a minute, bro. It was extremely impressive to see. Because another thing for a lot of, I showed that video earlier. You didn't start playing football until like junior year of high school?
Yeah, I didn't really get the tick until juniors. I only played 2 games junior year. Senior year was when they gave
Right. And you took a shot and ran with it.
Years, yeah. You
took it and ran with it. I was very impressed to see you still pushing it and the love you have for it, the hunger you have for it. That was one thing that separated you from a lot of other guys who were let's say more naturally gifted, if you will.
Correct.
Your hard work definitely separated you, and even without being there, I never had to go to a single practice to know that, though, to be able to see that. And so I did follow, bros. I'm glad you still play. I hope you do get involved in coaching too, because I know you would be a phenomenal coach as well. Would you ever coach at Kaidd&Kramm?
Probably not, because I ain't going back to Louisiana. But if it was an ideal situation where somehow I landed back in Louisiana, I'd be the first place I go.
Right. I heard that. Where you at right now?
I'm in Kansas.
Kansas. Okay. Shit, how long
right.
you been out there? That's where you were playing at last, though, right?
Yeah, I'm playing for Arena League here. Probably
Okay.
gonna play for them again this year.
Okay.
But yeah, so I mean it's either coaching for me. I do train folks right now. But it's either coaching or it'd be something along the scouting, recruiting world. That's something I'm very passionate about. I could sit down and digest film and split it apart and tell you he's the greatest since blah blah, and he can make it. He's gonna make it, and probably will happen. I've been doing that since before high school. So,
right. Bro,
yeah.
get involved in that. Get involved in that. Pursue that, bro. I could really see you being a real successful person in that area of life. Again, obviously, I know how smart you are, and I've seen how hard you've worked. And even to hear you talk right now, it's like, okay, yeah, he's definitely somebody. Because a lot of times, bros, I'll talk sports with people, and again, I ain't really play too much, but I do know what I'm talking about. I hate talking to people who don't know what they're talking
about. The best minds never play a lick of football.
Really and true. So I do appreciate you coming on today, bros. We'll about wrap it up. I'm at that 40-minute mark that I usually like to try to hit at. Y'all go follow my boy at _Shawn T on Twitter. And Shawn, when you're making those or when you training, bro, record videos, put that shit on TikTok, bro. On my TikTok, that's all to be popping up on my TikTok all day. It's like people training the middle school kids, the high school kids, and I'm actually somebody that's interested in that. Like I be watching that, and I can tell you, bros, TikTok is one place, bro. Me and MJ had a video the other day I posted on TikTok. It got like 330,000 views in like an hour. So TikTok is a place too where you could definitely, the views can run up quick, your recognition can run up quick, and the internet is a real place these days. Just as much as this world is real, this online world is real as well.
That's a fact. I appreciate you having me, brother.
100%, bro. 100%. Stay blessed, bros. To you, your family, your kids, my brother, your little ones. I'm gonna be looking to see them play football sometime in the near future. I would imagine.
That's gonna happen.
I heard that.
For sure.
Well, all right, y'all. Follow us, Big Bet Sports, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. Y'all know the deal. We are also Apple, Spotify, Google Play, wherever you get your podcast. Appreciate y'all tuning in today. Appreciate you, Shawn, and we will be back most likely tomorrow. Much love, my brother.
All right, bro.